Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to a TW video. Something a little bit different today. What we're going to do is, the upcoming video is going to be for the War of the Women's Championship. I may, over the course of booking it, actually change it to the Mae Young Classic. We're going to have our top women's athletes in the company, whether they're representing the Raw or SmackDown Live brands, competing to see who is the dominant female and would then get an opportunity for either the Raw or SmackDown Live Women's Championship at Survivor Series. So not all of these women will take part in the tournament, but it is just going to show you the competitors that we do have in our ranks on Raw and SmackDown, and just really seeing, who people are starting to think could be a potential candidate to win that tournament. Of course, you can put your predictions in the chat for a bit of fun. We'll see who gets this right. We may even try and do the same for the WWE World Grand Prix, which will be our next tournament coming up the following week. So we start off with someone from the Raw brand. We've got Abby Laith. Abby is part of the Sisterhood, a faction between herself, Nicole Matthews, and cheerleader Melissa, or as she's known on our show as Melissa. She's done well since coming up to the main roster in the WWE. She's doing okay, a couple of good skills there, a very good entertainment and camera skills, and her popularity is at 41, so she's doing well there. I'm not going to get too depth into each female because it would take a long time, but she's doing well, and in terms of popularity, she's had a good jump from 38 to 41, so she's just slowly but surely building her up. We've got the former Shine Tag Team Champion, Aika Ando. She's sitting at a respectable 50 odd overness. Could she be someone that would like to push on the former tag team partner of Arisa Nakajima? Some good skills there, pretty good brawling. Couple of good skills in the C category. Could we have another good representative from Japan that we push going forward? Someone, talking of pushes, that's never really had it in the save. Is it potentially time we get AJ Lee, or as she's now known, AJ Brooks, an opportunity? As I say, she did get a good start when she came back with Punk. Obviously, Punk turned into a bit of an ass clown, so we had to release him. But AJ's been around. She's done well, but she's never really had that good push. But a lot of decent skills there for, as I say, a female athlete in this game. Good basics, good psychology, selling's good, and key skills in the likes of stamina, resilience, microphone, and charisma. Pretty good. Sex appeal as well. And she's 32, so we may get another couple of years out of AJ Lee. Speaking of young and up-and-coming talent, someone who's developed fantastically is Alexa Bliss, a former champion in both, I believe, the Raw ranks. I don't think she's had a SmackDown title run here, has she? Nope, just the Raw Championship, where she held it from July 2018 right through to November last year. 7 title defences, and she was ranked as the 229th best wrestler in the world. But great skills there, as I say. A lot of them in the kind of 50s, 60s, a lot of 70s there as well. And her popularity at the moment is at 59, but she has been a lot higher. So could it time for Little Miss Bliss to get back to the peak of the women's division, or the summit I should say. We've got Apple Mayuki on the SmackDown brand. Is she someone that might just take a little push going forward? She just really debuted on the SmackDown Live roster, and at 38 over, is it maybe too soon for her? Also from Japan, as I said, former Shine Tag Team Champion, Arisa Nakajima, again 59 overness, similar to our tag partner, she's fairly over. Of course, had those kind of losses too, the likes of Dana Brooke and Chris Wolf, but could it be a chance for her to branch off as a solo competitor? We also have Ashley Lane, but I'm pretty sure... No, I thought she was pregnant in this game, apparently not. So we do have, oh yes she is, out on maternity leave for 6 months and 2 weeks, so she will not be part of the tournament, but decent overness, another athlete we have. Someone that could be due one final run is Asuka, 38 in game. She's obviously not been utilised as good as I feel she should have in this. I haven't really dropped the ball with her, well I have dropped the ball with her, sorry. She only did one big push. 55 overness is not great. Skill wise, so many good skills. Why did not invest in Asuka? But yeah, popularity, as I say, has never really been massive. 63 and really declined since. We did, as I say, give her that title run. That was on the SmackDown Live, but it was only for really a month as champion, 2 months max. That's pretty much it. Apart from a run in NXT, before we brought her up. So Asuka, could she get one last run? We've got Bayley, the former Raw Women's Champion. A lot of good skills there, 100 resilience of course, good safety, good psychology, basics and consistency. She's repping just 56 overness. She's had a massive decline because of her feud with the Sisterhood, which saw her drop from 69 she was, and she's way down, but it has helped some of the members of the Sisterhood get over, so could Bayley get a good push? Or everyone's favourite, Becky Lynch, sitting at 60 over. Couple of good skills as always with Becky, a former champion. Obviously, I'm going to push Becky very high because I'm a big Becky Lynch fan. As I say, she's peaked at 143 in the Power 500. 2 reigns as the as the Raw Women's Champion, I believe that is. So maybe the SmackDown Championship could be on the horizon. And of course, at the start of the year, her and Dana Brooke, before the heel turn of Dana, was of course Fire and Might. Or was it the face turn of Becky? I think it was the face turn of Becky actually. I don't know if I've ever put Dana Brooke heel on FS, and I don't really intend to. But yeah, some good championships. 2016 Female Wrestler of the Year. Just shows how much I pushed Becky in the first year before she had that injury. Next up, Billie Kay. Someone else is at 60 overness. Someone who really is due a push going forward. A lot of good skills as well in there. Good, as I say, psychology, basics, etc. That are good to see. 30 years of age. She's never really had a push. I don't think she's had a title with us. She has not. But again, just someone just needs that opportunity, and maybe this could be her breakout. From the Raw brand, Candice LeRae. That probably shows how much we use her. Obviously, formerly a part of the Candy Kiwis with Evie. So, is it a case that we give Candice her chance, or will she be here just to make up the numbers? Next up, we've got the 32-year-old Carmella, the Princess of Staten Island. 47 over. Is it going to be Carmella's opportunity? Probably not, but could we use this as an opportunity to boost her into the 50 overness? Next up from the Queen City, we've got the Queen Charlotte Flair, 62 overness at the age of 33. Charlotte, of course, will have a lot of decent attributes here. Maybe not some as good as the other female athletes. In terms of Charlotte, though, her popularity has kind of fluctuated between mid-50s to mid-60s, up at 67s up in April. Could it be one last run for Charlotte to really take her back to that high level? At 33, as I say, our female athletes tend to peak at tend to actually retire about 36, 37 in real life. I don't know about in game. So do we give her one big opportunity? As I say, a former SmackDown's Women's Champion, which she held from December to April, and also a Women's Championship on Raw, which she held pretty much from the start of the save. And of course, she would have lost to Becky because Becky Lynch is bae. Cherry Bomb, otherwise known as Ali in TNA. She'll more than likely be an enhancement talent if she is in the tournament. Former Raw Women's Champion, Crazy Mary Dobson's in there, 59 over. As I say, she's kind of had a few fallouts with myself. So, as I say, we've kind of dropped her a little bit. I would not expect her to do well. But the Female Wrestler of the Year for 2018. So she did well, and her title history shows, 4 title defences, 10% on the way of becoming a Hall of the Immortals inductee, just for those decent title run, and winning the 2018 Female Wrestler of the Year. Then, of course, is everyone's tip on social media. They think it is going to be Dana Brooke. I don't know how. She has pretty much turned into one of the best all-rounders in this. Say, there's no real stats I'd say that are world class. Her charisma is good at 89, sex appeal at 88. It's a good chorus stat. She's not world class, but as I say, there's a lot of stats there that do carry her very well. A 76 for mat wrestling. If you could imagine that in real life, you'd think it was crazy. Dana is our most popular female by quite a considerable margin. She's just back from injury actually today. All B- in terms of popularity, but that is a build-up of a character. She went from 43 over, as I say, back in November. Fire and Might began. She's now like the most over person in the division. In terms of title history, this woman also is 10% of the way becoming a Hall of Immortals inductee. She's the current Shine Tag Team Champion with Chris Wolf. She also had it previously with Becky Lynch, and she was also Women's Champion from March till July. Could this be, as a few people stated, their opportunity to put Dana to 90 overness? Remains to be seen. Up and comers, we've got the likes of Demi Bennett, 42 over. She's someone I do want to push in the future at the age of 23. Big potential there. A lot of good skills. Could be someone we actually maybe shock a few people with. Ember Moon, 31 years of age. A lot of good skills there. Good all rounder. 46 over. Again, she just really needs that one feud to get her through. Someone else who's got a big push is Emma, 59 overness. A lot of decent skills there. Maybe not as skilled as other female athletes on the roster. As you know, with Emma, she has, in this save, became the Women's Money in the Bank champion. And from there, she did win the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, holding it from October right through until April 2018. So we did have Emma with a good run as champion, but she has kind of dropped out a little bit. She's someone else in terms of popularity, has probably took a nosedive. Well, she's kind of been static from 61 to 59. So hopefully that's not her peaked. Eva Marie, she's just kind of there. Say not really used in real life. 35 in game, 51 pretty much is the average there. So she's really putting people over. Could we have a shock for Evie? Not really a feud for her, but I think going forward there might be big plans ahead for her. As I say, Team Kicks will be doing something in the future. Could it be winning this championship? Remains to be seen. One a lot of people may not suspect, another one from down under, this time Australia. We've got Kellyanne English. She was doing excellent things in developmental. Called her up to the main event. She's been destroying Charlotte. She's strong, very strong in some categories. Excellent in camera skills. Perfect all-rounder. At 26, age is perfect. And she's 70 overness. So, never mind Dana Brooke. Is this the person we should be worrying about? Next up, we've got Chris Wolf, the other half of the tag team champions, with Dana Brooke. 45 to 50 over. We are really trying to push her. I do want to give her a quick run. Might not get her to the main event, but give her a good run. Dana will try and carry her as much as he can, and a lot of good attributes there. So could we shock the world with a Chris Wolf win? Got Lana, 36 over. More than likely she won't compete in this. Liv Morgan, 66 over. Liv's only 25. She does have a lot of decent skills, not as talented as other female athletes. She's someone, I believe, that we've not really used her recently, and I think she may probably be stale until, if I'm honest, after WrestleMania, maybe a bit of a draft may be the benefit of good for her. Get Mandy Rose, 35 over. She's going to get a push eventually, but I do feel it's probably more likely going to be in a managerial role. Speaking of which, Maxine, 30 over. She won't win the tournament. She is pretty much there as a manager on 205 Live. Megan Kate, someone, as I say, very low on us at 44, 45s, but she's got real life friend Evie, so they could have something in the future. And again, someone who was doing good things in developmental. So, could we do something with the Kiwi girls there? But she's someone I do want to push strong in the future. Your Raw Women's Champion, the dominant cheerleader Melissa. A lot of great stats. She is phenomenal. She's got her overness up to 62. She had a great run as well. To say in the developmental territories. In terms of popularity, with those wins over Bayley, she's certainly gained a good little bit. And as I say, she's always putting on good matches, so I certainly can't complain. And with us, she's been fantastic. So she could be, she could be looking to just win and retain. SmackDown Women's Champion, Mia Yim. Couple of 60s in a lot of places, 75 in the Great Lakes and the Southeast. Could she be someone that is looking to defend her championship? And sure, she might get the night off at Survivor Series if she can win this and add it to the Money in the Bank win, which of course she didn't cash in on because of Sasha Banks. Get Mickie James, 40 years of age, more than likely will be putting people over. Michaela Smith, 50 overness, need actually find a picture for her, but she is someone, that's got age on her side, a lot of good stats in terms of popularity. Maybe doesn't have the skills, but she could be someone we push. Do we give Nia Jax a decent run here? She obviously had a run as champion, 57 over. The reluctance could be with the age though, but Nia's still going to be a good challenger in this. And the third member of the Sisterhood, we've got Nicole Matthews. A lot of good skills there, great psychology, basics, safety, consistency and selling, resilience as well. Popularity is at the 45 to 56 mark, but she's someone, she just needs a couple of wins. The title of this tournament could be the making of her. Got Paige, 27 now, so she's fairly getting on a little bit compared to when she started in WWE at 21, as in the main roster. Stat-wise, 65s. She's easily someone who could win this tournament. A lot of good stats there, and could easily be someone, as I say, that does become on that level of Dana Brooke, a former Female Wrestler of the Year winner in 2017. And in terms of Paige, I say she's already got so many accolades. Under at least with myself, she's won the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships both in the same year. And yeah, she's definitely someone, maybe not won them in 2 years, so could be time for a win for Paige. Always in the top 100, top 200, sorry, apart from last year. So maybe she just needs to get back on the winning side of things. Not too many to go. We've got Peyton Royce. A couple of okay stats there. Peyton's decent. 50 over. Again, just needs an opportunity, which I feel her and her former tag team partner have not had. Libby Sky will not be in the tournament. If she is, she's jobbing. She's going to be appearing on the main roster soon. An interesting storyline. I might just delete that comment. Ronda Rousey, pain in the arse. She's obviously name value, but she's not as over as some of the other ladies in this, so I'm just really using her to put people over. Behaviour, she's had drug issues with painkillers, so she's just really going to be getting jobbed out, and then we'll probably sack her when her contract's up, which is still another 4 months away, but yeah, a waste. Sasha Banks is always a good opportunity. The boss could do well in this tournament. A lot of good skills there. Popularity at 62. Your former SmackDown Women's Champion. However, she is carrying a niggling injury, which is affecting match results, so she may not win it because of that. Sienna, she's 48 over. I just can't get her over. I just really can't. We gave her the Money in the Bank. She was getting wins. Still couldn't get her over. Maybe she just needs a big feud, but I think her days could be done unless this tournament kickstarts her career on the WWE roster. Taylor Hendricks is one. She's strong. A lot of good stats there. She's really went well with developmental. Maybe not as over, so it might be a wee bit ahead of her time, but someone to keep an eye on. Viola Muscles is basically a regen, a newly generated wrestler, as she was turned pro in 2017. Of course, this save started in 2016, so she wasn't a real wrestler, but a Hispanic Australian, okay. Well, as I say, just gave her that picture. I know that's not going to fit the nationality, but we're just going to imagine a Viola Muscles character looks like that. It could be too early for her, but she could be someone as a big play in the future. And Toni Storm, yeah, obviously another one from down under. Some decent skills, maybe not as good as she is in real life. Overness is okay. 28 is good, so she's got plenty of time to push on going forward. So I've got all them, and I just want to do this to obviously say we may see some people from NXT. So just a quick rundown of who we could see. We could see Alexia Nicole. We could also see Aaliyah. She's also working at Lucha Underground. We could bring these people up for one night only. We could see Beautiful Bee, Buggy Nova, Chelsea Green, Courtney Stewart, Dash Chasco. We could see Gail Kim if she wants to come up. Hayley Hatred, Heidi Lovelace or Ruby Riot, Hikaru Shida, Kari Hojo. I finally signed her. She's just in developmental. The hype about her in real life, I hope she really does get her stats up in this, because she is really good. Kaylee Ray, as I say, it's just finding the right opportunities for these ladies. If we can't get them in the main roster, Lucha Underground is a great place for them to go, because it gets their overness to 50, 60 before they get to the main roster. So it helps them going forward because of the network. Great exposure. Got Lady Jaguar. Could bring back Victoria, Makoto, Mary Lee Rose, Maya Itwani, Mika Ida, Natalia, Nikki Bella. Could bring up Nikki Storm. As I say, when she does come up, she will be Nikki Cross, and she will get pushed to the moon. So could this be her debut in the main roster and giving her an opportunity? Nikki Valentine, Nixon Nil, Rachel Ellering, Sammy Baines, Sarah Del Rey, Sarah Electra, and Takuma Aroha. Now, there will be a lot of female athletes you're wondering, where the hell are they? Because the database started in 2016, there's obviously a lot of female wrestlers that aren't here. So maybe you've seen someone that you like in real life that feels should be in the tournament. Obviously, they won't be by the time this is live, the tournament will be taped. But maybe it could be someone you want to see in the save in the future. So as I say, if there's anybody you haven't seen, let me know. If they're not in the save, I can A, try and sign them, or B, if they're not in the database, I can easily upload it from someone else's database and bring them into the save. I don't mind doing that just to give us a modern database. Same as the likes of James Ellsworth isn't in this database. Asked people if they wanted them to be joined in the series because I'd have pushed them at the moon. Everybody said no, so I just left it. But yeah, that is at the moment, the War of the Women's Championship. Probably going to be the Mae Young Classic. We'll see how the name change goes. But if you guys would like to predict who you think will be in the final, who do you think will be the final two, and who will pick up the victory? Let me know in the comments section below. As always, any comments, likes, subscriptions are all deeply appreciated. What kind of tournaments do you guys run? I want to know this. Who runs tournaments? Do you do your own G1 kind of things? Who's been in your tournaments? What type of tournaments? Who's been winning them? And yeah, that'll be it. Until next time, which will be the War of the Women's Championship or the Mae Young Classic. We'll have that, and we'll maybe do a rundown of the top 16 guys next week who will be competing in the WWE World Grand Prix. So Daniel Bryan will be defending that, but this week it'll all be about the ladies and who is the most dominant female athlete in the WWE. So cheers for watching, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.